So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront, and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. Well, all right, come on into the MTM studio. Happy to have you here today as we get into another day of getting what we want in life. It isn't that what it's all about. Now, think about this here. I mean, not narcissistically just for us, but then again, yeah, kind of, sort of, because then we can give to others as well, right? But every single day, as the sun rises and we rise, sometimes we trip and stumble and fall. We have to fix that. Run into things that are going to cause issues. And this show is about being positive and just, surging through it. And yet, sometimes, how do we do that? Well, today it's about being unapologetically unreasonable. Man, I like being unreasonable. Well, not really. I don't like the feeling that comes with it. I feel kind of bad about it sometimes, but sometimes it's necessary. We'll talk about that here in a second. Good story for you. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day because life does get in the way. It happens. It just happens. But the thing is, I come here a second, okay? I've been working on a new program I'll be doing here very soon. It's kind of a rework of an old program. And when I sat down to do it, I didn't want to make up a course. I didn't want to make up a coaching program. That's not necessary. I said, let me go down and figure out what works, right down to the very basics of what works. Take out all the complication, all the confusion, all the stuff everybody says, and just what I know absolutely every single time works. And being a bit unapologetically unreasonable, as we talk about today, is a bit one of these things that works. Now, does it make you comfortable? No, not necessarily. But does it get things done? Yes, necessarily. We'll talk about it here in a sec. New news or email coming out every day. I was going to do a newsletter, but it's just too long. Keep it short, simple, 500 words, something fast, something for me. I call it Scott Logic. If you'd like to get that email every single morning when you get out of bed, before you get this podcast probably, just go to motivation2move.com, all spelled out, and opt in. I'll send it to you. You don't like it, you can just stop. It's cool. No worries. Let's talk about being unapologetically unreasonable. I had to put long words in today's podcast because God knows these lips are just born to do it, right? Just give it a shot. Well, it's one of these things, and it's uncomfortable. If you're kind of a nice person, and a lot of the clients I work with, I'll say, you're just too nice. Stop being nice. You think Michael Jordan was nice? No, Michael Jordan was mean. He wasn't. Michael Jordan was mean. I don't want to say that. But he knew what he wanted. You can't be nice and get what you want. You've got to be unreasonable sometimes. And is it for you to be unreasonable? Listen, when I'm being unreasonable, I don't think I'm being that way. I've just made a choice. I made a decision. I made a commitment, and it's going to happen. But I know from the other side of it, he's being unreasonable. Who says? Same thing for you. So again, I want you to look at this in a very positive way, because what ends up happening is no matter how positive they are, you get out there in the world, you get beat up a little bit, and you get beat up by people who are being unreasonable to you, right? So let's be nice about it. Let's stay our path. Let's understand our values. Let's let those values lead our day and stick to them. And trust me, if your values are honesty and integrity, and somebody calls you unreasonable for not wanting to help them rob the bank over lunchtime, what do I say? So it's time for some change. And a reasonable person, I think, sometimes settles for it is what it is. That's kind of a Southern thing here. It is what it is, right? A reasonable person, a go along to get along kind of person does that. Are you kind of a pleaser person, got to be a nice person? That happens a lot. But an unreasonable person doesn't. They say, that's fine, but I don't like it that way. I don't accept it. Now, you may not say it in those words, but that's exactly what you're saying. It's fine for you to think that way. Yes, it may be what you think. It may be what you think is right. Maybe what everybody around you and the entire community thinks is right. But you know what? I got a different feeling about it. I'm a little renegade here. I'm a little maverick on you. They change people's perception of what is. Because whatever somebody is pushing on you throughout the course of the day, it is what they think it is until you put the block up in front of them and navigate a little bit. When I say block, it's kind of like, whoa, let's go this way, and just kind of navigate around, and we have to do that. I never like to block anything. Don't like to do that. I don't stop anybody ever from things. Just navigate around it. But you start to create a reality quite different.
This episode is brought to you by Fox One. Watch all 104 matches of the FIFA World Cup live in 4K for just $19.99 a month with 3 days free. Build your own multi-view, choose up to 3 streams, and follow player spotlights. Stay on top of every moment with live stats, highlights, and instant replays. The FIFA World Cup, streaming live on Fox One. Offers are subject to change. See fox.com for complete terms and conditions.
There was a story, I was not at this story, Maya Angelou, the poet, had a party at her house. And an off-color joke was told at the house. We all have our level of what we'll accept in that. Sometimes, depending on the day and the time and the hour of the day, I can, off color is off color, right? Who knows? But, depending on what your standard is. But she didn't like that. She was having this party and kind of, she was afraid that some people might be offended. And she said, I don't have that in my house. You have to leave. And she got an apology from it. The apology was very nice, but she said, that's fine, another time, but for today, you have to leave. Some people are so afraid to offend others, they are willing to be reasonable, and that doesn't work. You need to be unreasonable in your belief. I have some different verbiage I say with that, but as a guy who's worked with a lot of people in very positive environments, lots of rooms filled with positive people who came to be positive, but people get amped up, they get alcoholed up, things like that happen, and they say things that are not reasonable and should not be in that place. And so if you stand by your values and you put it into it, and in the view of them, you're unreasonable, but everybody else is going, yay. Thank you for being you and holding the standard that you say you hold. When it comes to your beliefs and your values, be unreasonable. Stand by them. Don't listen to what anybody says. Okay, hang on. Advanced stuff. You ready? Come in here. Just in case you're thinking about this. Now, a lot of you have left already, about 30% of you have left, but the rest of you are here. So here's the thing about it. Your values are cool. It's who you are on the inside, right? Your values are very cool. And so sometimes you're going to hold your ground. Scott, you said, be unreasonable, I'll hold my ground, hold to my values. But I'm thinking, maybe sometimes a clue is coming from what you're running into. And your values get updated. But don't you dare update your values unless you've thought very, very truly about doing that, because you don't update your values willy-nilly, as they would say. So being reasonable, stand for who you are, stand up for it, and watch what happens. That's called walking in integrity. The world wants you to be that way, even though it may not feel good in the moment. It's just not, but boss, I want to have the weekend off. Come on. I was unreasonable one time. A boss told me I couldn't take the weekend off to go to a family/class reunion, and it was only going to happen one time. He was being unreasonable to me, so I turned around and was unreasonable to him. I said, fine, you have my resignation. I'll be back on Monday and we'll work out the details. And I got him walk out. Never forget it. I never forget the look on his face. And he came back the other day when I got back. He said, I couldn't believe you did that. I said, you're going to fire me? He goes, no, I'm not going to fire you. It is a one-time thing. I have never stopped doing that. It's crazy how it works. So stand up and take this with a grain of salt, because you can push it too far, and some of you will. Some of you won't even go there. But in the middle, someplace, you know what happens all day, every day, and you know it's how it works. All right, get that Scott Logic email. Just go to motivationtomove.com and get it. Opt in. It's free. If you decide you get tired, you get too much email, whatever, just opt out. We're not going to bug you about it. We'll take it away. And also come over to Facebook. It's been a cool experience over there. Some really neat people having nice conversations. I just see it pop up sometimes. I stay out of the muck most of the time, because who wants dad in the room, right? So I don't show up all the time, but I'm there if you need me. Just call me out, tag me. And but just go to dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook and join the crowd over there. I'll see you tomorrow. We got some other stuff coming up. I forget what it is, but it'll be good. Have a great day.